Hello, everybody. Welcome to round 2 of the Gen Con 2023 preview tournament. Chris Nirvana Tool here, and we get to cover the Deverenians versus the Free Kingdoms. For those who may have seen my round 1 video, the Mercs versus Dwarves, I tried to get a nice spread of factions into each of the video. The idea was to show you at least one game of every faction, and I was able to achieve that, which I was very happy. And then I tried to not get as many repeat matchups as I could, which we avoid for the most part until we get to the cut, so that's good. But what we have here is Kevin Leach running the Deverenian Warlord on the left versus Jared Reyes. You might know him as Rogue Panda Art on any of the forums. He does some pretty cool alt arts, so if you ever want to check him out, definitely do. His stuff is really awesome. He did some special Gen Con ones, but he's running the Free Kingdoms. So good old Freaks versus Devs, a rivalry that is ageless. But let's take a look at the Deverenian Warlord. Let me pop it up on the screen for you all so you can see it. I've gone into depth in a previous video in terms of analysis. You can check that here on my YouTube as well. If you want to take a look back at that, you can get my thoughts on all the decks. And you know, it didn't age. Well, it aged mostly well. There are some things that are definitely different. Some opinions I would personally change now, having gone through it. But for the most part, I was right. I will say that the Free Kingdom, who will now show on the screen as well, I did predict would be the best, and sure enough, it was definitely the most popular and was all over the cut. But Dev was about middle of the road towards the bottom, and the Merc, who I wrote it at the bottom, was purely out of spite for self-leather armor. Turned out being better than it is, but otherwise, for the most part, my analysis was pretty spot on, so you get to see why now. Good old Free Kingdom here, going up against Leech. Leech, who was very excited, talking to us in our group chat before this event, was happy that I was not praising the Dev as one of the tops, because that's what he thought. He thought this Deverenian deck was the best, which, spoiler, it wasn't. But he was happy because he got to play the deck he wanted, so that's all that matters. We see Jared winning initiative, starting off with Zhao Forsyth, who gets some extra strikeage because he is in the rank with a new level 1 Free Kingdom, who I will show, the Keen-Eared Sentry. This guy was really good. Stealth plus 12 with 2 skills, so plus 14 on stealth. Fine stats. 11 AC ain't too great, but the fact that he can, for the most part, guarantee a stealth. I wouldn't say guaranteed. 75% of stealth. It's 70%. Whatever. Either way, he's a pain in the ass. All you freak loyalists are the ones who keep telling me that card is fine, but it was a little annoying here. So we see that early aggression. Jared's used 2 characters, and Leech already has his Warlord spent. Already has some of these little devs up in the front already. That's just the nature of the beast here. I actually want to take a look at some of these devs too. I only got a chance to kind of really look at them a little bit. For the level 1, the Ambitious Squire was the starter there. Give him plus 3 attack to each adjacent higher levels. Yeah, I do see him right in there. And then let me find the level 2 for y'all as well. I think I want to make sure he ran this one, the Church Vanguard. Just better than Lady Maligrant's, but otherwise, luckily can hold the ranks. But Leech has to deal with a lot of this pressure, so he's going to need that extra HP at this point. The level 2 over there on Jared's side is Deft Opportunist, who was, I think, one of the strongest cards throughout the tournament. I don't think it's the reason why the Freak was the best. There's other ones, but this character is super solid. Being able to discard the top card, which really synergized with Mayor's ability, and to be able to get a strike with advantage. The advantage probably needs to go from here. But otherwise, it was super solid for sure. Really just Scissorth, but better in every way. But we have, yeah, Jared explaining what Death Opportunist does, and you can see Leech leaning in, like, hold on, what does that do? Let me see what you got. So, discarding the Squire Fendrick from the top of Leech's deck, getting off a strike at this ambitious Squire. Or actually, no, he's changing up. He's going for the 2 HP guy. No, Jared keeps changing. He just noticed the 2 HP later. But Jared taking that guy out. The fact that Leech had to spend his Warlord for a Banish the Wound really hurts. The Warlord's ability lets you play. Oh, here we go. We got the Deverenian roll effect. Let me show you guys that one too. These roll effects were like a really cool concept that we saw throughout the tournament. And like each faction got one. Some were cooler than others. So this is the Dev one. It lets you unstun or ready a character depending on what you rolled. And then you can also gift from above them if you roll that 20. So this one was one of the better ones for sure. So we see him just Leech in desperation doing that. It's clear he has no characters. Meanwhile, good old Mayor's got a shrapnel ball. And oh boy howdy was that shrapnel ball not very nice. That card is just brutal with Mayor's ability to get bonuses to these strikes. A level 7 item that you can discard for 3+0 strikes is just insane. But on top of that, we see, while I was talking, you might have noticed Jared's Warlord is ready in rank 2. So he played a react to one of those shots with the shrapnel ball, and that was Swivel, who this is probably the real MVP of the tournament. Definitely the most talked about card. Before this rogue targets a strike, this rogue gains marksmanship +5 for the strike, journey. So this is essentially Bull Rush for archers. There was a little confusion in terms of some people tried to marksmanship twice with this. And there may have been an incorrect ruling originally given by somebody. But I think it was just a misunderstanding. That person, I think, was trying to say that, yeah, you can use 2 swivels, but you can't use marksmanship twice. You gain marksmanship twice, but you can marksmanship as a feat. You can only use it once per turn. But either way, swivel just gives so much tempo. The fact that it lets you move before a strike, you can literally just double it as pure movement. The card's insane. Insanely good. Definitely will, if it comes back, will need to be tweaked. So it let Jared do a shrapnel ball, go up, and then get the 2 strikes from his Warlord as normal. Mayor's ability, too, is just in the hands of a really good player. Like, you can make the decisions of, one, you know every card that your opponent's going to draw. No matter how many cards they hold in their hand, you see everything that's coming, you choose the order it's in, and then that's it. And Leech has kind of had enough based on having no characters turn 1. He just couldn't withstand the Free Kingdom rush. And the Freak matchup is the one where you don't want to whiff on characters opening hand. You need all of that HP. You need to stabilize and then plan your counterattack. Bend but don't break at this point is really all you can do. But the Freak is just relentless. And the weakness that we saw to the Free Kingdom throughout the event was honestly just to go over the top and go after Mare. Me running the Mercenary, that's what I did. I just waited for Mare to get to rank 2. And so I can either, 1, hit it with a Venom Spray or hit it with my Sutek Warlord. I literally would just run him to the front. It's like, all right, cool, we're within 2 ranks of each other. Whoever wins initiative is going to win this game. And just kind of go with it about that way. Because if you just play a steady game, if you don't go aggressive and try and play a little conservatively, you're just going to get outpaced. This Freak's got longevity and aggression. It's a very nice combo for sure. But Leech about to run it back, see if he can draw a hand of characters this time around. Hopefully then make it more of a game. Really, this was just kind of a brutal beatdown from Jared. And here we go. What do we got? I'm seeing some characters in Jared's hand. So some actions, and we got the little mare on top of the dev deck. That's the steed that comes in it. It's actually a really good steed too. Let me actually show you all the Mired F mare. So this is what's on top of Leech's deck right now. Doubles for movement, gives a decent attack bonus, and lets you do a melee strike. So Leech first action is just spending that guy to rank 1, which is ooh, I did it again. I'm gonna screw this up once every time I do this. He's just doing this to try and get his ambitious squires high. I think it's a bit of a funky move, mainly because, you know, doesn't really matter. You're gonna lose the tempo. You want to kill the Jowl right away. Not even, you can't wait for that bonus to get there. That Jowl's just gonna murder you, which it essentially did right there. But what we saw from Jared was him get his Warlord up to rank 1. He's just going for it. But I don't think that was a swivel. I think that was a journey card. And that was the thing too with the freak one. Swivel and let's see, and rapid dash, they look almost identical. So let me show you all rapid dash, which could theoretically run you into the opposing first rank, which is pretty cool. So that's rapid dash. And yes, that's also a Pokemon. But then you can look at swivel here as well. They are very close and very similar. Jared using the Death Opportunist, taking that mare off and going for a strike, but Leech using a quick shielding. And I think he used his Warlord's ability to kind of spend a character as well. But Jared rolling advantage still lets you get past quick shielding. And Leech going for Jowl. And does not roll good. So Jared, who, you know, I mean, both these guys I've known for many, many years, but Jared is definitely hit the gas and don't stop. Here we go. We see the dev summoning up there, or invoking the storm, I should say, and that cool little token over there. Unfortunately, this little Stormlord one isn't available on the site, like, so you can't see it, but invoke the storm. Just a very cool way for the dev to get some super aggression early, get a solid character up in the front that's an absolute threat. This card is great. This card is going to see play in Ancients. I don't think it needs to change either. I think it's a very awesome card. Basically in line with Avatar Core. And so when we go from there, we see Jared putting in the bird song over here, the bird song druid, which is going to double his movement for his Warlord, because he already knows what the type of card is on top of the deck because he can see it. So a little silly interaction, but shows you some cool synergy, and synergies like that are really what makes the Freak so good. But excuse me, a little yawn. I don't know why I'm yawning. It's not like this is a long game. This is just the Free Kingdoms hitting the gas pedal here. Unfortunately for that big huge guy in the front, you got to kill a Deverenian in order to keep it around. But Jared's just deciding he's going to go around it. Move Darian Winston to the front, move the Warlord to the front. Basically saying, Leech, I know you can't threaten me at this point. So Jared's going to use the spend order, take a look at some of the top cards over here, make sure that he's not in danger. But also, he's just really looking for the highest bonus, knowing him. So he's going to do that first. He's going to just take the biggest level card so Mara gets some bonuses to strike, which he does. Little Get Bane over there. And then reorganize the others just, just to make it safe. But Jared Jared missed with the first one. And then hit with the second one.
Sorry, I thought you were doing no.
And Leech doesn't even know. Leech is just like, whatever. I think Leech is just kind of like, screw this. He's just already so over it. Doesn't realize that Jared missed the first strike.
You have no characters again.
Yep, and then the Storm guy's gone. His Warlord stun's up, and now his Warlord is spent. With a wound on her. So, not looking good for Leech. And if you're watching this video and you see how much time is left, you know it's not good for Leech either. So, Jared getting his initiative, sending Darian to do some dirty work. 14 will hit. And misses with a 5. Leech wants to be at the end. What are some other cards I'm not going to get to play? And then puts a little saber on top. Jared runs away just to position the Warlord. We see Squire Aragon right before Jared's going to go shoot. And that will essentially do it once he kind of finishes this. So, yeah, he just wasn't long for this world. This is just one of those bad matchups. Freak just hit the gas pedal. Dev didn't really get much to kind of sustain or do anything. Leech couldn't get a board set up. If he had a handful of characters, it would be different. But we got the sniper shot, the big old bonus, and that's going to be a dead Dev cleric. So that'll do it. Jared takes an easy 2-0 here. Doesn't break a sweat running. But that's that crazy matchup, and that's what happens when the Dev doesn't draw characters. So that'll do it for round 2. A little quick video for you all. We'll see you around for round 3. And until then, take it easy and have a good one. Bye-bye.